The White House is tackling a growing health crisis among American children. New report warns today's kids could live shorter lives than their parents, despite the U.S. spending more on health care than any other country. Childhood obesity is rising. Teenage depression has doubled. Childhood cancer cases are up 40% since 1975. The report also highlights increases in ADHD and antidepressant prescriptions. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. leads the commission behind the report, plans to develop a public health strategy within 100 days.
And because of President Trump's leadership, it's not just one cabinet secretary, it's the entire government that is behind this report.
Experts say these trends could harm public health and even national security, with 75% of young Americans reportedly unfit for military service. However, critics accuse the report of spreading vaccine misinformation and ignoring systemic issues like health care inequality. Mental health advocates also warn about stigmatizing language and vague policy ideas. Kennedy has dismissed the critics, calling it resistance from powerful interests unwilling to change. FDA Commissioner Marty Makary faced furious lawmakers on Capitol Hill today as his agency rolls out new guidance on COVID vaccines. Fox's Jared Halpern has more from the White House.
We are planning to bring back gold standard science and common sense.
Under President Biden, COVID shots were a top priority. Now the Trump administration is putting on the brakes, and Democrats are not happy. FDA Commissioner Marty Makary getting grilled by skeptical lawmakers on the Senate Appropriations Committee after his agency announced only seniors in high-risk groups will be cleared for COVID boosters. Makary says the shots will eventually be made available to everyone, but more clinical data is needed.
Some of these companies made $100 billion in the COVID booster. They can afford to run a clinical trial, and they have time to run a clinical trial.
Makary also refused to answer questions about how long those trials will take, sparking concerns that the vaccine skeptic may move to restrict access to other shots as well.
We're setting a common sense framework.
But I get that.
85% of healthcare
Are we talking about 6 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years?
Democrats also criticized Makary for what they call dangerous cuts to FDA staffing, which they say will put America's public health response at risk.
You had said there were no cuts to scientists. You said that, right?
I was referring to scientific reviewers. But
scientists had been fired, correct?
There have been research scientists in some labs.
Pfizer and Moderna both say they're working with the FDA to get their COVID shots cleared for everyone. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.